Hello from Scott Hensman Cleaning Solutions. So I did a first video, and the first video on my channel is just a wee bit of footage of me not obviously doing this driveway, but of a different one in Wishaw, which is a town just near Motherwell. So I thought I'd do another video just showing a bit about the van, about the equipment I've got inside the van, and yeah, and if you've got any questions then fire them away in the comments. So this is the van I've got. It's just a wee Citroen Berlingo. I got this from Vanarama. I think it's £207 a month. And I guess I hand it back in after 5 years and can get a new one. The reason I decided to do a lease was because I wanted to get all the equipment, and I didn't want to buy a van outright, because that way it was just going to cost a lot more money in the short term. So that's the story behind that. Now, in terms of what I do, the Berlingo is actually just, I'd say it's size wise, it will do what you need, I'd say, for your first season or two. I would like to, as I expand, get something bigger, whether that's the Citroen Dispatch or the Vauxhall Vivaro, because there's certain things I can just fit in it. I can get a bigger water tank, for example. If you're interested in who did the signage, it was a guy called Colin at Coastline Signs. He's based in Helensburgh. So in here, I should really clear it out. In here we have got the 400 litre water tank. This, I think, is EcoSure. I think it was just under £200. I don't know if I mentioned in the last video, there's a guy in Bromley in Kent, Phil from Dirty Drive Away. He's got the same setup, so he kind of inspired me. What I've got here is just a wee trolley. I tend to really just use this for if I'm doing a job and there's big plant pots that I need assistance to move. That silver thing there is actually a foldable ramp. I made the mistake of buying longer ones, and well, to be fair, instead of sending them back, I have kept them in the garage, but they just wouldn't fit in this van. So unless I was probably to get a Vauxhall Vivaro, probably, I don't know any other vans smaller than that it would fit in. Anyway, here at the bottom is your valve, stops the water coming out from the tank. I've got a wee, I can't remember sizes, but if I'm right, it's a 1-inch nipple, male nipple, 90-degree elbow, and then that's just the suction hose that goes into the inlet of my pressure washer, which is there. Now this, if I can open this one-handed, yes I can. I tend not to drive with the water up to the top, otherwise you get a lot of splashing and can go everywhere. In there is a wee ball float valve, if it will focus. There we go. That wasn't entirely expensive. I think you can get them for about £20 out of Tool Station or Screwfix. I think if you've got the same setup as me, it's well worth having. And here, I was inspired to get these inline filters from Phil at Dirty Drive Away. I will do another video eventually with the water from the outside tap going in but there's a wee filter there, and basically once the water is flowing into the water tank, you'll see all the wee bits of mineral and just wee bits of dirt and grit in your outside water supply. So again, it's very useful to have, otherwise all the dirt and grit will end up in the water tank going through your pump. So yeah, that's the water tank. It's strapped down using the what do you call them again, strap ratchets or something, can't really remember. Into the back, that is my pressure washer. Focus. So could have gave it a clean, but there you go. It's a Honda GX390 engine. Basically, to start, you put your fuel on, choke on, and you pull the lever, and it will start up, and then you use here, that's your lever for getting the maximum and minimum sort of pressure. It's not all about the pressure though, it's about the water flow. Without a decent enough water flow, it doesn't really matter what your pressure is in bar, because it's all about the water flow. You want a high as possible water flow. So what else have I got? That's the other ramp, obviously to match the two wheels of the pressure washer. That pressure washer alone, without the 40 metre hose reel, came to about £2,000. I did get a whirl away, but I'm still to really sort of modify it to make it more useful. So I've got a garden hose, connect that up to a tap. What I have got is a normal turbo nozzle with quick release fittings. There's a wee swivel nozzle, sorry I'm doing this one handed. It's a wee swivel nozzle, sorry, because I can turn that. That's really handy, where if you've got a 40 metre hose like I do and you don't want it to get tangled up, obviously you can just move that and the hose will make it spin. So that is great for slabs, for driveways if you've got really tough weeds that struggle to come out. Yeah, that's, however, it's not my, for slabs it is my go-to tool. It's for a driveway like this, monoblock, I could use it, I just tend not to. For driveways like this, I tend to use what I was showing you in the other video, which is this. Now this is the twin-headed, double-headed turbo lance. It works pretty much the same as the turbo nozzle, the turbo lance that I just showed you. However, it's obviously, if you've got two nozzles, it's splitting half the water flow and half of the pressure, I guess. But it's just so therapeutic to watch. So you've got the two nozzles and two inline filters. Like I was talking about Phil from Dirty Driveway, he kind of pointed me in that direction, because the nozzles can clog up. It's not happened to me yet, touch wood. So it's not really something I need to worry about. And again, just get the wee quick release fitting, the swivel nozzle. The swivel nozzle, I think you can get them off of eBay for about £10. It has snapped on me twice, so I'm a wee bit more careful now when I am connecting it into the hose. What else have we got? Yeah, this wooden frame my neighbour made for me for a freebie. He's got a brilliant workshop in his garage for making all sorts. So yeah, moving back round to this side, if you look there, that is the quick release, the other end, with an isolation valve. Now that is very useful because if you want to change lances at any time, then you don't need to turn the machine off. You can simply just turn the isolation valve, change over the lances and open it back up and you're good to go. So yeah, that's a wee bit about the equipment. Obviously I've got a pair of ear defenders there, microfiber cloths, rubble sacks, a pair of waterproofs and a pair of wellies. So yeah, I do also wear safety glasses. I did have, because my pressure washer is a petrol one, I did actually have a metal fuel canister, however it was leaking. So what I have got now instead, it's just as effective, however it's half as, will hold half as much fuel. I can even get this out. There we go. It's just a 5 litre plastic one, petrol can. I think they were, you can get them for about £4 out of B&M's, shops like that. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you've got any questions, just fire them my way. Thank you.